How did Sarah Pazzini come to possess the Witchblade? Welcome to Origins, where I go over the origins of your favorite superheroes and villains. And oh my god, other than the video we did earlier this week, when did we start doing Origins again? Oh, that's right, I found some Origins, including the origin of Witchblade. And since you guys seem to enjoy Witchblade, we'll be doing a lot more darkness in Witchblade very soon. Kenneth Irons is a powerful and wealthy man who isn't just an entrepreneur, but also a career criminal. He built his empire not from his Fortune 500 company, but also from his dealings in drug trafficking, prostitution, slavery, and many other illegal things. But even though he feels like he's on top of the world, he looks down at the very thing that he can't have, and he feels it. The wielder will reveal themselves tonight. Elsewhere, Sarah Pazzini is getting ready to do some undercover work with some potential drug buyers. Upon arriving at the scene, one of the buyers informs her that they have a bit of a rat problem, and it appears to be the guy right behind him. So why doesn't she just clean it up for them? She walks up to the man holding out her revolver, and she tells the man, "Too bad, you had such a handsome face," and then she pistol whips him. The buyer tells her that not many girls can pull the trigger, and then he realizes something. He's seen this woman before. They begin to cock their guns as Sarah leaps into the air, shooting him in the leg, and then she grabs the buyer and slams his face into the table, telling him that he thought he may have gotten away once, but the person that he killed in his last turf war, that was her friend, and now he's under arrest. Later, down at the police station, Sarah checks in on her partner Michael Yee. He was the man that she pistol whipped during the sting, and she wanted to know how his head was doing. He tells her it's fine, but their guy is ready in the interrogation room. Drexler helped Sarah in setting up the sting, but what Sarah wants to know is why Gallo needed to make so much money. Just what is he planning to do with it all? Drexler says that he doesn't know anything, but after a little bit of the tough cop act, he mentions that Gallo needed some quick money to make some kind of entry fee into the Relito. As they finish there, Sarah and Michael are assigned to a new murder case. They leave for Greenwich Village to find another victim from a killer who is very meticulous about cleaning up his crime scenes. Forensics say the victim burned from the inside out, similar to the effects of a microwave. But with not much else to go on, Sarah and Michael leave, and Sarah decides that since she's still dressed up from the earlier sting, maybe she should take a peek in the Relito to see what Gallo is really up to. She has Michael stake out in the car while she sneaks into the theater, and once inside, she sees a man by the name of Ian Nottingham welcoming everyone to his tournament. Ian unveils a gauntlet, the Witchblade, and he says the rules of the contest are simple. People will come up when their name is called, and they'll place their right hand in the gauntlet, and they'll quickly know if they've won or not. Ian calls up the first name, and the man walks up as Kenneth Iron watches. Tony puts his arm in the gauntlet, stating that it fits like a, but then he screams out in pain as the gauntlet severs his arm at the elbow. Ian tells everyone to give a hand for Tony. Then he goes on to call the next name, but as he's about to, he discovers that they have a visitor. The men drag out Michael, and Sarah says, "I told him to wait in the car." Ian tells everyone that it's time for a little sideshow with no extra charge, and then the men drag Michael in and they begin to arm their guns. They begin to open fire on Michael, but as Michael is about to take several of the bullets, Sarah jumps in trying to shield him, but she ends up being shot as well. She tells herself, "It can't end like this." And then the gauntlet begins to shoot out spikes, grabbing Sarah by the arm. Soon the gauntlet begins to slide itself onto Sarah, and something in her mind tells her that she needs to fight. She begins to get up, and with the material from the gauntlet spreading over her body, she says that she feels alive, and another voice tells her, "And kickin'." The voice says that it is the light, an angel of death. It is power. She holds out her arm, and fire begins to erupt from her hand, covering everyone in the theater. And as the fire dies back down, Sarah hears Michael, and she rushes over to check on him. She asks if she really did think that he was handsome back there. She tells him yes, and he closes his eyes. When Sarah was little, she wished that she had the power to mow down all of the bad people so no one could hurt her. And now that she has that power, she's scared of it. Now, the Witchblade is an actual gauntlet used by many hosts. Now, Sarah is the most famous of those hosts, but they all have the same abilities because of the Witchblade gauntlet. It's a wide array of supernatural abilities, allowing them to form various weapons from swords, to hooks, to chains, to shields. They can jump to great heights, and they can perform hardcore feats and generate full body armor to protect them. It also increases their strength to the point where they can lift over 500 pounds, and they've even been able to make wings to fly. They are also able to shoot energy blasts from their hands or the sword, and they can fire whip-like grapples and various other things. Basically, it's like almost like a symbiote kind of a thing. It's very interesting. Now, for those of you guys wondering, this is the first issue of Witchblade that ever came out, and there is a storyline that follows up on this first story. Now, we're probably going to be getting to it, but if you want to get it faster, give us likes on this video. It tells us which ones you want quicker than the other ones. I'm Benny for Comic Story, and follow us on Twitter at Comic Story, and I'll see you next time right here.